Hey guys, this is Danny, and today I want to take you through my thought process as I write some lyrics. I have already written out my song, and it probably took me about 30 minutes to write this. And just a little bit about me, I have been writing lyrics since about 11 years old, and I still have tons of journals and Word documents full of songs that I've created lyrically. One of my weaknesses is not being able to really turn those lyrics into actual songs. So there's going to be another video, which I'll link below, where I go through that process with my husband. He is a guitarist, and he's been really helpful in turning my lyrics into songs. But I did take a songwriting class, and it really did help me with the process. And I just want to take you through what I do, and really want to encourage you to take your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences, and just translate them into lyrics, which could turn into a song. Who knows? Okay, so a lot of my lyrics previously to now, before I was a Christian, were about lots of different things. Now mainly my focus is to write about God and about Jesus. So the other day when I was worshiping, I take time out of my day to worship, and I started writing out an idea. The first idea was a piercing love. So I think about Jesus, and he was pierced for us, and then he also pierces, your heart with love. And, if you're not Christian, this could also be just in reference to a love that you may have. So I wrote a piercing love, and I thought about it. What goes along with piercing? It'd be cut. Cut goes. A piercing love, you cut. Cut kind of rhymes with love. Cut, love. Then I put, you cut to the depths of my soul. So a piercing love, you cut to the depths of my soul. Okay? That's how that love goes down. Oh, and then I said, your love goes down so deep. So it cuts, it goes down deep. This is all similar kind of language. Then I think, what rhymes with deep? And I thought of unbelief. So I always try to think of these last two words rhyming. So deep goes with unbelief, but how can I make that fit? I put surpassing all unbelief. Nothing compares to how I love you. Oh, how I love you. Okay, so that's my first verse. Then I move along to my second verse. And really, my theme, you normally want to pick a theme and then go back to what the theme is and say, what is this song about? And then stay focused and write along those lines. So my theme for this is loving God, loving Jesus. So I'm making sure to keep my mind in that set. Then it says, your love is fierce. Oh, your love is fierce. What I thought, it would be really cool if a lot of times verses, they definitely have to match syllable wise, melody wise, because they are always the same melody. And normally when you have the same melody, they have to have the same amount of syllables, usually, or give or take a couple. You can't have a long phrase with a short phrase in the same spot as each verse. So they have to kind of mirror one another. So I put, your love is fierce. Okay, that rhyme, I thought pierce, fierce, that goes pretty well together, but I want them to mirror one another. So I changed my first verse, a piercing love, to your love pierces. So it can match with the second verse, which is your love is fierce. That rhymes much better. Your love is fierce. And then I take the syllables for the next couple lines. You cut to the depths of my soul. So I've got about 8 syllables. It needs to match that. So I came up with you run and you won't let me go. Okay? And go turns out to rhyme with soul, which is in the first verse. Go, soul. It goes pretty well. And then I have your love takes over me, which ends up rhyming with deep in the first verse. And then you're all I want to be, which rhymes with surpassing all unbelief. Again, it's in the first verse. And the amount of syllables are the same. Your love goes down so deep. In the second verse, your love takes over me. Okay? So both of those match, as well as surpassing all unbelief. You're all I want to be. Okay, could probably make that fit. 6, 7 syllables, and that can probably work. Then I've got to think of a last line for that second verse. And I thought, I really like how in the first verse it says, nothing compares to how I love you, oh how I love you. And I felt like it would be good to say, nothing compares to how you love me, oh how you love me. Okay, that's definitely going to have the same amount of syllables. And now I've got a verse 1 and a verse 2. They have the same amount of syllables. They flow really well because I somehow was able to think of words that rhymed for the ends, and they all kind of just flow well together. Now I need a chorus. So once again, remind yourself of what the song is about. What's the theme about? Okay, mine is about loving God. Okay. I go and I say, I'm undone in your presence. And then I think, undone. What rhymes with undone? Come, undone, come. That flows. I'm undone in your presence. When you come, I automatically think about essence. That rhymes with presence, and I'm not sure how that's gonna sound in a song, but it rhymes, so I'm gonna put it down. I'm undone in your presence. When you come with your essence, it's everything to me. It's everything to me. So I feel like that goes well for a song. And then I write, I live for you to walk into the room. But there is also another Christian song, pretty popular, called Walk into the Room. So I'm going to say, I live for you to come into the room, take over, and then I got stuck here. And normally what I'll do is I'll use rhymezone.com. I've been using it for years when I get stuck. So I'll go to rhymezone.com and search. I'll search room, and lots and lots of different words come up. Assume, there's tomb. You think, Jesus, tomb, doesn't really go with what I'm trying to say right here. Presume, doom, perfume, groom. But I finally came to consume. So I thought consume could go because I'm speaking about writing about I'm undone in your presence, and when you come into the room, that I'm telling him to just take over and consume. So that's what I came up with. I looked for a word that rhymed with room, and I came up with consume. I felt like that fit well there. Take over and consume all of me, and then I said you can have all of me. And then I ended up writing a little bit more there, which says, I'm holding nothing back. I'm holding nothing back from you. And as I looked at the song as a whole, I want a bridge. A bridge is a really, it's a key piece of a song. You know, and what I learned about the bridge is that basically you've got a perspective that you see here with the verses and the chorus through a camera lens. And then what you do with the bridge is you just take that camera lens like you're a director, like you're filming something, and you look at it from a different angle, a different perspective, a different view. So whatever you've been talking about, just kind of look at it from a different perspective to kind of create from that angle. When I heard that, it really helped me to think along the same lines of the theme, which I've been saying this whole time, but to just kind of switch the perspective. It's like a photographer, you know, when they're or a director, like I said, a director is filming the same shot from the same view, but to get a different angle of the scene, he just kind of goes to one side, and you get a whole different creative perspective by just switching your angle. So that's what you want to think about when you are writing a bridge. And because I had written something from the chorus that flowed in to something that could be a bridge, I just put a line through it, and I feel like this could be a good bridge. It says, I'm holding nothing back from you, because it flows with the rest of the song, but it's just a little bit different. And yeah, I sat down and I probably did this in about 30 minutes. It's not perfect, it's not amazing, it's not flawless, but it is a verse, a second verse, a chorus, and a bridge, and it could definitely be a song. And if you just really think about having that format and breaking down your ideas and trying to fit in what you're trying to say within that format of a verse 1, 2, some people do a pre-chorus. You can do a pre-chorus if you want. That's the catchy part of a song a lot of the times, right before the chorus, and then a bridge. If you just write that and you start filling in those sections, and keep in mind that in the verses, they need to mirror one another in terms of syllable or melody, same amount of words, and then rhyming really does help. It's not necessary, but it does make forming a melody or a song later a little bit easier if they mirror one another in terms of even the words that rhyme, which it's kind of a miracle when it all comes together. But it's not as hard as you think if you just tried it. And it's really, it really makes you feel like, wow, I did something. Like, that was so cool. Like, you feel accomplished because it seems harder than it is. So just try it. I just wanted to make this video to encourage you to just, like I said, take your thoughts, feelings, experiences, put it in a theme, and then just write, making sure that you're focusing on that theme within that format. And who knows, you could have the next hit song. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope that you learned something. Have a great day.